Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Washington Nationals. We just finished up our fourth season. Yeah, our fourth season. And it was our best year. Still wasn't great, but I think the signs are there. I think we're pointing in the right direction. I think we've got the farm system kind of going in the right direction. So I'm hoping that next year is the year that we sort of make that real leap. Usually it's in year 3 or 4 that we make that real leap, but I've had a tough time getting the pitching staff kind of put together here in this one. We've got some young prospects, but they're still a ways away. 3 of the top 20 prospects in the game, in fact, are Nationals, and their pitchers. Only Todd Nebe, who's in A-ball right now, is even close. The other two are 16 and 17, so still a ways to go on those guys. But offensively, I think we've made a couple of really nice moves in our first 4 seasons. Picking up drafting Dylan Cruz, picking up Heston Jerstad, picking up Kobe Mayo. Those guys have done a really nice job for us. I think Tyler Mahle really solidified the top of our rotation. I don't think he's a number one, but I mean, he certainly pitched like it. I mean, a 4-WAR, 120 ERA plus, but I think there needs to be another piece there. Dylan C struggled, but we're gonna see how this goes. If he continues to be bad, we may move him. And then Cade Cavalli is another one that his ratings suggest that he should be better than this, but he's had 2 pretty poor years in a row, so we'll see how it goes. But offensively, I think we'll take a look at the stats real quick before we get to the offseason and whatnot. But Juan Soto got hurt. Missed the last 3 weeks of the season with a torn labrum. Had his worst season by far. Was less than a 3-win player on the year at age 26. Still led the league in walks and on base percentage, but overall, it wasn't a great season for Juan Soto. And hopefully we get him back in the lineup next year, because Soto, Cruz, Jerstad is a pretty solid 3-4-5. So rest of the lineup, Jerstad had his best season. 35 home runs, 128 knocked in, 898 OPS, 129 OPS plus, put up 4-WAR. Keber Ruiz had another solid season for us behind the dish, 3.8 WAR. Kiermaier was a bust after coming over. I was hoping he would solidify the defense in the outfield and hit enough, and he just didn't. So Kobe Mayo had his best season, 16 home runs, 60 runs knocked in, and 832 OPS. He's another one, another solid pickup. Can hit both lefties and righties equally, so looking forward to getting him back in the lineup. Simmons was fine as a backup guy. Ended up playing more than we would have liked, but he'll be gone when the season ends. Dylan Cruz had a nice rookie season, 837 OPS, 33 and 113. Eguy Rosario down a bit from where he was last season, but still a decent season. I mean, all of his ratings, all of his stats were down a little bit. He was average with the bat defensively, or with the glove defensively, so maybe he's a guy we look to move. Trevino had another good season. His contract is up. Depending on what he wants to come back, I'd like to bring him back just because his defense is so good. I am recording, right? Yes, I am. McLean was okay. I don't know. He was okay. 85 OPS plus, 37 doubles. He wasn't particularly good defensively, so we're still looking for a middle infielder. James Wood acclimated himself nicely as a Rule 5 guy, 810 OPS. Didi Gregorius, we had him in the leadoff spot. Whatever, right? 682, it wasn't good. And then Parker Meadows was awful. So from an offensive perspective, going into the offseason, a middle infielder. Because we're also right now without Ezekiel Tovar, who was hurt. So right now we're looking for, I think going into the offseason offensively, we are looking for a center fielder, stopgap center fielder, and maybe that's Kiermaier if we can bring him back. But we're looking for a stopgap center fielder and then a middle infielder, either a middle. So I think the order goes stopgap center fielder, middle infielder, either second or short, and then third base. Those are the positions we're looking to upgrade. Pitching is obviously our number one area of need. Molly, again, had a good season. Brian Abreu was really, really good out of the bullpen. Dylan Cease, not great. Although he pitched a little better, I guess, than his ERA would indicate, but I expect more out of him. I don't know why I should expect more out of him. I mean, this is what he's put up pretty much every season. So he had the one good year in 2021, but other than that, this is what he is. So again, talked about Cavalli. Giovanni Moran had a nice bounce back year. Ian Anderson, I think, will look to be a pretty decent pickup for us as a swing man. I don't want to overuse him because he gets hurt all the time. Andres Gomez was not particularly good. I mean, these guys all had ERA pluses of 100 or better, so technically above average, but still not great. But our bullpen, Abreu, Moran, Anderson, Veras, Gray, Cronin, were all quite good. I think I'm pretty much done with Cannon. He was our second round draft pick in our first season, and we haven't really given him a shot, but I think if we can move him, we will. And Garrett Crochet was really disappointing. I expected more than that out of him. Hopefully next year things will be better. So that's kind of where we are. So starting pitching is obviously our number one need. Then from there, center field, middle infield, third base is kind of what we're looking for defensively. Let's look at the playoffs, I guess. Playoff trait. So San Diego Padres defeated Seattle Mariners 4-1 in the World Series. As you can see, so 3 teams from the Western Conference made the playoff. Western Division made the playoffs. Diamondbacks, Dodgers, Padres, Phillies, and Cardinals. So it was the Padres and the Phillies, the Blue Jays, and the Mariners in the American League. From a prospect perspective, Michael Mullinax continues to develop. He's still a couple years away. He'll probably start next season in Double-A, depending on the development here during the offseason. But he's still a couple years away, probably 2027, maybe 2028, really, depending on how things look here over the next 6 months for him. Jay Murdoch was the number 2 overall pick this season. Started in A-ball, still has a ways to go. I mean, he projects to be a 300 hitter with 40 home run power, but still a ways to go there. So he'll probably start in high A-ball next season. Neebe, same deal, probably high A-ball. Marco Fuentes, we drafted last season. He was really good in A-ball. Again, kind of that high floor, low ceiling kind of guy. 3 good pitches. Probably start in high A-ball as well. So these guys are probably all here next season. And then he's here. Move Reynoso up because he's 20. Jax Bishop was our second round pick last season. He's hurt now, but he's still got a ways to go. So that's where we are from a prospect perspective. What happened at the end of the year? Anything? New budget, team payroll about $130 million. So right now that gives us $13 million for free agents, $21 million for extensions. We have some players to cut that'll bump this up a little bit. And then we can tweak the fan interest here as we move through the off season, I think. What else? I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Greinke and Wheeler both retired, which is good. We don't take fan interest bumps for them leaving. So yeah, let's get into, I guess let's go here first and then see if there's anybody that we want to just DFA. Oh, Julio Urias didn't have a great season with Cincinnati last season, 2-3 with a 5.40 ERA. So right now that deal's looking okay for us, even though we're still paying him $6.5 million next year. So anybody that we want to DFA, Clark Schmidt, that'll save us some money, I think. No, Moran, Trey Barrera. Clough, Dylan Cruz, Matt Cronin, Gomez, Jerstad, Lewis, Losicki. His time is done. McLean, Meadows, Misner, Onishko, Powell, Ramirez, Rivero. Yeah, the rest of those guys are fine. All right, so let's go to arbitration. So Gomez wants $1.2 million. What just happened there? Jordan Holloway. Wait, what just happened? I'm really confused. We'll submit the offer. I don't know what happened. That was weird. Abreu wants 2. Yeah, this is weird. Why am I not getting... And they're not showing up here as offers. Let's sim ahead a couple of days. Do I need any... That's not where I wanted to go. I wanted to go here. Okay, I don't need any... I don't need a scout or anything like that. What is going on? Why did it do that? Jerstad wants a long-term deal. That's not an unreasonable contract. 5 years, $46 million. Yeah, see, and then it shows up there. That's what I'm looking for. Luis Garcia, we're going to non-tender him. That'll save us some money. Giovanni Moran wants 1.5. Looks like it might have just been a bug. I don't know. I think we may have to go to arbitration with Gomez and Abreu, which I'm not crazy about. That's fine. Rosario wants 1.5. Yeah, I'm not sure why it wasn't giving me the opportunity, why it wasn't telling me if usually you click ask for response, you get this answer. Crochet wants 2, so 1925. Kalum was somebody we picked up at the trade deadline. I think he has a lot of value for us. He's pretty good, and he's cheap, and he's really good against lefties, and he just adds to our bullpen, which I think means we can go ahead and get rid of Holloway, honestly. Abreu. Okay, so now he's giving us the option. There we go. That's what I was hoping for. And Gomez. Yeah, see, something's going on with Yoendrys Gomez. It's not letting me off from a contract. Gregorius, Simmons, and Trevino are all pending free agents. What does Trevino want to come back? He wants 2 years at 3.9. Do we have another option? Because if we don't have another option who's almost as good, I think there's more value in bringing him back, and we really don't. What do we got for upcoming free agents? I just got like 4 text messages at once. Yeah, Trevino's the best defensive catcher out there, unless we want to bring in Real Muto, which I don't. So let's see if we can make that a team option with a $750,000 buyout. Will he take 3? He won't. Okay, so what if he takes 3 years guaranteed for both? Nope. 250. Wow, he's not willing to budge at all. I think we may just let him walk. I think we may see what we can get him for in free agency, because that feels like a lot of money for a backup catcher in a team that doesn't have unlimited funds. Especially since Ruiz is going to play 120, 130 games. Oh, that is not good iced coffee. Ugh. All right, sorry about that. Um, so I think a lot of free agents. Do I care about any of these guys? I mean, realistically, you know what? I think upcoming free agents. I think we're just going to go ahead and offer. We're just going to offer contracts to all of our minor league free agents and then deal with it afterwards. All right. So let's start simming ahead and see what we can see. Yeah, a lot of these guys aren't going to resign, and that's fine. I don't really care about most of them, but it's too much of a hassle to, at spring training, go in and offer, 30 different contracts or 40 different contracts just to fill out the minor league systems. You end up with completely absurd, unrealistic, double A rosters of former big leaguers and stuff. So Gomez for Gene Segura. No, I'm good. Yeah, and we're just going to take him to arbitration, I think. Man, Wes Kath, 62 home runs. Holloway doesn't want to come back. That's fine. So Wei Lin. I mean, he's young, but that's pretty much all he's got going for him. Rosario signs. Jerstad signs his contract. We get a fan interest bump for that. I think that's a pretty good contract for a 26-year-old with 3, 6, and 10 for the next 3 seasons. And then that takes him to his age 30 season where he's got a team option for 12-8. So I kind of like that. It looks like the only player who we get a fan interest bump for that took us from a 63 to a 66. I guess that's not terrible. I would like to increase our scouting and development again, but we need to up that fan interest, bring more people in. A lot of our minor leaguers are signing. A few of them aren't. Look at O'Neal Cruz over in the National League. 46 home runs and 134 runs knocked in. Guys, I'll go to AAA. Oh, we got Aldo. He's another one who didn't pitch well last year. That 65 movement's kind of nice, though. Maybe Mo Hampton? Is that a stopgap in center field? I mean, he hasn't proven he can hit anywhere, but the glove and the speed certainly plays. So we'll see how it goes. Awards. We start with the Gold Glove Awards tomorrow. Tovar and Soto. American League, you can see them there. Pause if you want to. In the National League, no Washington Nationals. Reliever of the year. These guys don't want to sign. Siga for Tampa. In the American League and in the National League, it's Noah Dean. Oh, wow. That's right. I forgot about this guy. Of the Mets, we had Abreu finish with. Look at how good this guy is. Holy crap. That is just 2 monster seasons out of a reliever. We get Silver Sluggers now? I think so. American League, you can see them there. Blue Jays have a couple. And in the National League, no Nationals. Not a huge surprise. Rookie of the Year? Yeah, Rookie of the Year, Manager of the Year, then Cy Young, I think is how this goes, right? Dylan Cruz. There we go. That's nice to see. American League, Cesar Valero of Tampa. And in the National League, Dylan Cruz wins it easily over Julio Brito of the Reds. 260, 33 home runs, 113 RBIs. Good for us. Manager of the Years. Managers of the Year. Manager of the Years. Managers of the Year in the AL is Scott Service of Seattle. In the National League, Mark Pryor of the San Diego Padres is your Manager of the Year. His first year as a manager wins the World Series. Cy Young Award. Shane Bieber, Logan Gilbert, Emerson Hancock in the American League and in the National League. Zach Gallen, 16-5, followed by Robbie Ray, Nate Savino. All right, and your MVPs. Gallen's had a nice run here for a few years for the Diamondbacks. Wes Kath, no surprise, 306, 62 home runs, 143 RBIs, 9.2 WAR, 700 slugging percentage. He's really good. And Trey Turner on the Atlanta Braves. How did Trey Turner end up on the Braves? He signed a 6-year contract at $30 million a season. Zach Veen in San Diego finishes second. O'Neal Cruz finishes third. And we have Heston Jerstad way down the list. So, all right. Now, we know what we need, right? We need starting pitching. We need a center fielder. We need a middle infielder. And maybe a third baseman if we can square it. But I don't think we're going to have enough money to do all that. So, I know there's one starting pitcher out there at a minimum that looks interesting. We'll see what happens from an international free agent standpoint, but right now I think there's one starting pitcher, and I have no idea what he's going to ask for, so we will have to wait and see. I didn't really take a look at the offense all that much. I just looked at pitching because we were in such rough shape. So my hope is that there's an international guy somewhere that we can bring in, a la Julio Lujan from my Arizona Diamondbacks playthrough over on GM Games, but we'll see. All right, so he finds a one-star guy, and he finds two half-star players. Great. All right, so arbitration. You should get something with Gomez here. Yep, okay. The 1.15. All right, that's fine, which is what we had offered him. I'm not sure why. What happened with the contract offer there was a little buggy, but all right, so we are at free agency. Let's see what we got for internationals, and there we go. This is what I was looking for. Of course, he wants a crap ton of money, but that's what we were looking for, so that's an option. Here's another option. Another player who wants a lot of money. Realmuto, Rizzo, Williams, Logan Webb. He's that starting pitcher, and he wants $24 million, and it's going to require a comp pick. So we'll lose a third-round pick if we go after Logan Webb. It's a possibility. Reynolds, German, Diaz, Garver, Kiermaier, one of the top free agents. That should tell you what the free agent class looks like, given that Kevin Kiermaier is demanding $12 million a season. So, all right, let's see what we have. We got $24 million, so we can probably sign one of those pitchers. Right? That's probably all we can do. I mean, Caballero's probably the best investment, given that he's just 26 and he doesn't require a comp pick, and he's a ground ball pitcher. I mean, he's probably the best option of the bunch, but Webb is the most sure thing, I guess. I wonder if, and then Lozano is sort of that, but I mean, the low work ethic for Lozano kind of concerns me. So let's get a scouting report. We'll just have to keep an eye on it. We'll have to go slow and see. As soon as one of them signs, we may have to make a run at another. And I mean, they're both ground ball. Webb is an extreme ground ball pitcher. Caballero is a ground ball pitcher. He's a side armor, though. That's the only thing that concerns me. His numbers against lefties are not that good. I think Webb is probably the more sure thing. He wants 9 years. No, thank you. Yeah, he only wants 6. And then Lozano, okay, whatever, guy. So, I think we just sort of wait and see which one signs first and then go after the other because Webb has got more value. I think he's a better pitcher, but he also wants a longer term deal and he requires a comp pick. Caballero is younger. I mean, if OSA likes him more, I mean, if he's closer to this, then he's absolutely the better option, even as a side armor. So, I'm just afraid of signing him and then having his ratings be terrible. But let's see, can we do like a 4-year deal? Like that? I mean, I would be okay with that. That only takes him till he's 30. I mean, I want to get an offer in there because I'm afraid that we lose them both if and we do need to fill a couple of holes. So if we're able to do that as our starter, we can come over to hitters, and we needed a stopgap in center field, but it doesn't look like. I mean, Dubon, he's pretty good defensively, but I mean, he can't really hit. I mean, I guess if he gave us that type of line, I'd be fine with it, but what are the odds? Adam Engel, 53 OPS plus last year. Very good defensively. I mean, these guys I think are all going to be here, right? In the next. Mercado. 688 OPS, 71 OPS plus playing at Coors is concerning. Bring back Victor Robles. Meh. Senzel is not really a center fielder. All right, so maybe somebody like Engel. Maybe. And then if we go to infielders, what do we have for middle infielders? Ursula wants $10 million. I don't want to give him that much. Yeah, it's not a very good free agent class, but Guillaume, he's really good defensively. Yeah, really good at second. Can't hit. I mean, maybe Iglesias. Stick him over at second base. Yeah, it doesn't look like he can really play shortstop anymore, but 60 range, 70 error, 60 arm, 60 turn DP. He could play second base. He played 4 different 265 in 2024. Maybe Iglesias. Yohan Moncada. Bring back Rojas. He doesn't want that much money. Ooh, he was awful. Wow, he was bad at shortstop. And then we could always bring back Simmons if we wanted to. Still, but he wants $7.5 million. I don't want to pay him that much. So I think the first thing we do is we see if we can bring in Caballero, and see what sort of money we have left over. All right. Yeah, he's offended by our offer. So New York, holy, this is what I was afraid of. Okay, I'm not giving him $36 million. All right, back to the drawing board. It's 21. How old is he? He's 29. Problem is, I don't know that he's going to take a contract this short. Did he do 5 years? Let's see, like... Shoot. Herman was below average and he wants $20 million. Yeah, I mean... Throw any of his pitches at any time to keep it. He should be able to hold on his sidearm delivery, introduce some moderate platoon issues. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So here's the issue with Webb is that we got like one more shot here at a contract offer. I don't know that I can pay a 30-year-old or someone who's almost 30 years old. Is he almost 30? No, he just turned 29. But still, he's 29 years old. He's put together 4 good seasons in his last 5. In the one season that he was below average ERA plus, he still put up 3.3 WAR. Struck out 192. It's just a lot of money. A lot of money. We need the pitching, though. All right, we need the pitching. So 7 years. That's $147 million. It takes him till he's 36. Ugh. Will he go 6 years? 6 years, $21 million? Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. All right. I mean, maybe that was just foolish of me, but it just felt like just a ton of money. Do we take a step back and go after someone like DeSclafani? Ground ball pitcher, durable, 200 innings each of the last 2 seasons. Wasn't good last year with New York, but was pretty good the year before that with San Francisco. He only wants 1 year at $8 million. Can we get him for... We do a 2-year, 6... And a team option for 8 with an $800,000 buyout the second season. Okay, that gives us 1 year with team control for second. Maybe we can kind of piece this together with players that maybe aren't quite as good, but could potentially be. I mean, I'd prefer to get a stud, but I feel like signing a couple of veterans to like incentive-laden contracts like this. I mean, if we can bring in DeSclafani and Higashihama, and he wasn't really good in the Japanese leagues, but yeah, I can't give this guy the contract. I mean, that's just a ridiculous contract. You know, maybe Webb comes back to us and is willing to take a discounted rate down the road. So let's keep simming ahead. I feel like until we can land that big fish, until we have the money to land that big fish, you know, until there's an international guy or until there's a stud free agent pitcher available, I think this is our best option, is to kind of get supplemental starters and see if we can win with like 5 number 3s, you know, with Molly as sort of at the top of the heap there. And I don't know that Webb is that guy. Like, I don't know if Webb is good enough to be that guy. I think Molly and Webb at the top of our rotation is good, but I don't know if it's good enough to hamstring us to the point where we can't afford anything else. You know, he might come back to us, and if he comes back to us, we can always remove the offer from one of these guys or just turn around and flip them if we need to or something. All right, we'll do Hall of Fame voting. Abreu, Beltran, Beltre, Cologne, Helton, King Felix, Andrew Jones, Manny, who's not going to make it, which is a damn shame. Scott Rowland, Sabathia. I think that's it. Yep. The rest of these guys I'm fine with not making it. All right, let's get to the winter meetings. We'll start signing some players that are popular. Some players that fit what we need but are also popular. That would have been a nice reason to pick up Webb with that extreme popularity. All right, so the Giants want to send us Will Wilson for no. Yeah, Caballero is as good, I think, as it's a good contract. It's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. I don't like that contract. I think I'm going to pull that. Like immediately, like I'm already having like second thoughts about this deal with Higashihima. It's fine. All right, but let's take a look at some of those other positions again. So we needed center field. I'd rather bring in somebody who is popular. But not for $12 million or whatever it is Kiermaier's asking for. Yeah, no, not as a wrecked. Jake Marincek, I believe, is pretty good defensively. Oh, excuse me, Starling Marte can't play center field. Second base. Tim Anderson. Looks like somebody already signed Iglesias, which is a shame. If we don't re-sign Iglesias, we're going to take a fan interest bump when he signs elsewhere. That's part of the problem. What about CT3? It's a difficult offseason for us. Gleyber Torres. Oh, excuse me. Yuck. Yeah, see, Trevino's down to 1.7. All right, that's good. It's off from 2 years at 1.5. Let's get him back into the fold. At least get that problem solved. could always go after a... He only wants 2.6. Yep, I'm going to do it. Slot him in as our number 5. I mean, I don't think he's going to pitch to a 6.02 ERA, but he still struck out a batter an inning. We'll see if that works. So DeSclafani, Trevino, Scherzer. I mean, I'd like to bring in Brian Reynolds, but I'm not going to spend $25 million on him. Why is this guy extremely popular? Where's he from? He's from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, yet for some reason he's extremely popular locally. Go figure. Brett Phillips. He hit 144 last year for the Red Sox. And I think we do it. But his bat is so bad. I think we offer him a contract, we bring him in, and then we go with him and Mo Hampton. All right, so there's our outfield. So we'll go with Hampton and Phillips. And then Moustakis technically can play second base. $55, 60. Oh, excuse me, I'm tired. It's been a long weekend. Do we just bring back Simmons? I mean, is that just the easy thing to do? I think we hold off for now. Just get up to the winter meetings. We'll take a fan interest bump when he signs elsewhere, but hopefully bringing in Scherzer and DeSclafani and that sort of thing will be enough to offset it. Okay. 6.7 and 9.0. I'm not an $8 million buyout. Like, are you kidding? Okay. Lottery. We don't end up in the top 6. Where we're picking 12th. We drop from 8 to 12. That sucks. Orioles going from 15 to 3. Wow. Okay. All right. So trading block. Okay. Well, here's some options. These guys are all expensive. Nick Gordon's a leader, but can't hit the baseball, which we already have. Go Kiner Falefa, bring him back. And we know what we're getting out of Kiner Falefa. $60, $60, $65. He's making 8.4. Stephen Duggar, $12 million. Wow. Montgomery's making $18 million. Are you kidding? Christian Javier. Wow, there's nothing. And maybe Luzardo. I like the popularity. He's out for 7 weeks. Abreu, Cavalli. Yeah, you can't have any of those players. Okay. Can you retain? Sure. Okay, so they'll retain it all. Can we get anything else? Still want Khalil Watson. That was our first overall pick. We get him back. Looks like he might be on the Rule 5. Might be in the Rule 5 this year. I don't see it as an insult. You might. Charlie Keller can't draft. Can't. He was just drafted. Just looking for anything that makes this feel like I won the deal. Banfield. I mean, that gives us a backup option in case Trevino flames out or gets hurt. I'm fine with that. So we'll send them Brandon Lewis, Ronald Herrera. We'll get back Jesus Luzardo. They will retain. And I think that improves our starting pitching. He hasn't been particularly good, but he's popular. Let's make the deal. We get a small fan interest bump from the acquisition of Jesus Luzardo. Not great, but every bit helps. So we're up to a 68 now. Let's see if we can sign some of those players. So they... Oh, okay. Pache and Garcia for Gomez. I mean, we can afford Pache, so I'm not concerned about that. But I don't want to give you Gomez. I mean, I will give you McLean. We've got Poisson, who we have to put on the Rule 5. I should probably do that now. Compton, who we have to put on the Rule 5. Greenhill, we have to put on the Rule 5, just so I don't forget. I mean, not that I'm going to forget, because, well, the Rule 5 is coming up. All right, so let's go back to that. I mean, yeah, we pick up Christian Pache as our starting center fielder. He's 27 years old. He's elite defensively. He'll sit at the bottom of the order, but if he can put up that type of OPS, that gives us our starting center fielder. So I am fine with that. In fact, I'll even give you Parker Meadows. To help us save a little more money. And then we can remove the contract offer to, what's his name? You know who I'm talking about. Sorry, I'm like thinking and talking at the same time. I don't want Garcia, though. I don't care about him. You will give me Espelin, though. Okay. That works. sometimes you can find a prospect where the AI just doesn't value him, and sometimes it's somebody surprising, like a top 100 prospect. Like Espelin's not a top 100 prospect, but that's a pretty good second baseman. He could play second base for us right now if we needed him to, with the glove and with the speed. He's not going to hit, but in a pinch, Blanco. They love them some Luke Leto. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get anything else, but it just I would be mad at myself if I didn't look. All right, I'm fine with this. So Sean McClain and Parker Meadows to the Oakland A's for Christian Pache and Tank Espelin. That works. So we have our center fielder, guys. We have our center fielder. So let's go back to the offseason center. Free agents, pending offers. Let's pull the offer to Phillips. And I think that's a pretty good what do you call it? A pretty good winter meetings. We still need a second baseman, but I think that's something that can be resolved here, especially if we can bring in DeSclafani, and then we can spend the rest of our money on popular players and try to improve our fan interest that way. I mean, we could always just bring back Andrelton Simmons, which I'm strongly considering, depending on what happens with DeSclafani. I'm looking for. Oh, there he is, Espelin. He's already two stars, but that's fine. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what's in the Rule 5 and then go from there. So hopefully we can get DeSclafani. Hopefully we can bring back Trevino. Those are a couple of deals I like. DeSclafani, the Brewers offer him more money, so 8 and 10. Let's make that that. I don't mind a 1-year deal at $12 million or something for DeSclafani. I'm not going to get crazy with him, but because that second year is a team option, it's truly a 1-year deal, and then we can kind of readdress it at the end of next season. But we did pick up Luzardo, who I think gives us a little more starting pitching depth, but I still don't think we're good enough pitching wise. The fact that we haven't gotten a notification about DeSclafani to this point is a good thing. It's only been a few days, but I'm hoping that amount is enough. All right, it's time for the Rule 5. Fans are interested. That's good. So we have a little bit more money. I'm not going to spend it. I'm not going to put it into scouting and development just yet. That might be an end of the season thing or an end of the off-season thing. Rule 5 eligible. I mean, Losicki, I don't know. Somebody wants to take him, they can have him, I guess. Same thing with Carl Edwards. I mean, our bullpen's not. I mean, we've got a pretty decent bullpen. I mean, right now this is our starting line, our starting pitching staff. All right, let's go to the Rule 5. So we're picking 8th. Let's look at pitchers first. always looking for pitching, right? We're always looking for pitching. And this is why I wasn't afraid about leaving either of those guys on the off the 40-man, because they're just never. I mean, there's always a ton of starting pitching available, or relief pitching available in the Rule 5. Sometimes you can find somebody who slips through, whose ratings are better than their potential. Like Liberator is a former top 100 prospect. Doesn't look like he's gone the way they would like Adam Mazur. 5th round pick in 2022 of the Rangers. High work ethic. Low work ethic. And I guess the work ethic doesn't really matter on some of these guys, but Noah Song, he's 28 now. Yeah, nah. Not really seeing it. No, not really seeing anything from a pitcher perspective. So let's take a look at the hitters. Second base is our biggest area of need. I think we're pretty much set at third now, but get someone like Alexander Mojica. And that bat looks to be already as good as what we're getting out of Eguy Rosario, and there's more potential here. I mean, he could be our backup corner infield. I mean, he's really bad defensively, but if he develops that batting eye, I mean, that's a leadoff hitter. Roderick Arias, one of the big players in our A's playthrough. We're still in rookie ball, huh? Nolan McLean can play all over the field. I'm not hating Mojica, truth be told, but Edwin Arroyo, really good defensively. Werner Blakely out of the Angels organization. Decent enough bat. The glove is fine. Cavoco. He's not. I mean, he's more of that corner infielder, corner outfielder. I'll find somebody. We'll find somebody, guys. We'll find someone to play second base for us. Blaze Jordan. Colson Montgomery is a pretty good bat. Not so much in this, though. Pacheco. And again, as a corner infielder, corner infielder guy, Edber Perez. I mean, Perez isn't. He's just so underdeveloped. That's the problem with him. Same thing with Pena. Some decent names here, though. That's for sure. Jeremy Rivas. Cardinals organization. He's out for 2 months. He would be the guy, but he's already fragile. If he wasn't fragile, that's probably the way we go. Another fragile player. Oh, that sucks. So if we look at our lineup right now, we got Mayo. Okay, so basically we need a second baseman, we need a backup middle infielder, we need a backup corner infielder. Right? That's what we're looking at. So one of those corner infield guys would be fine. Let's look at the third baseman. Solid second baseman, Junior Caminero. Pretty good against lefties, decidedly average against righties. The range is really bad at second base, so I don't think that would work. Do we go after Mojica to be that corner? Yeah. I like his bat. Do we go after him or do we go after Pacheco? So the only thing Pacheco does better, I think Pacheco's much better defensively, right? Yeah. Pacheco's much better defensively. And obviously the comparable players thing is broken because it's all the same. He's 20. They're both 23. Pacheco is the better defensive player. Offensively, it's Mojica. $50, $60, $55, $70, $45, $50, $60, $55. Pacheco's a potential captain. 15 home runs, 69 RBIs, nice in A ball. 17 home runs. He's greedy. I think I like Pacheco, believe it or not. The bat's not quite as good, but we're going to need, if somebody gets hurt, my biggest concern is defense. So I think we take Pacheco. And then we needed a backup middle infielder and a second baseman. I think Werner Blakely is going to be our next pick. And as of right now, he'll be our starting second baseman. I don't think we need to do anything else. Yeah, I think we run with that and we leave Pacheco as our backup corner infielder. He can also play second in a pinch, but he'll be our backup first and third baseman. He's good against righties, not particularly good against lefties, but that's fine. All right, that'll work. Let's get back into the Rule 5. Let's continue and complete. And then I think we come back in here and we just go after Simmons. Just bring Andrelton back. Ooh, really? Okay, he doesn't want that kind of money. Maybe TA7? He wants 4 years. I'm not giving you 4 years. We'll do 3 years, and we'll do 2 team options. We'll kind of do this thing. Okay, I'm fine with that. Bring in Tim Anderson. Let's sim ahead and see if we can sign DeSclafani and Tim Anderson. DeSclafani signs the contract. That is nice. We don't get a fan interest bump for it, but that's fine. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't sign him to that contract. I bet you are willing to renegotiate. So DeSclafani's not great, but he gives us some more depth in our starting pitching. Yeah. So right now we are just waiting on Trevino, Anderson, and Scherzer. We still have about $7 million. So I'm going to pause, and I'm going to continue the rest of the sim through the offseason. And when we come back, it'll be opening day. Hang tight, and I'll be back in just a minute. All right, guys, we are back, and I'm not... Well, let's start with what I did. I made one trade, and I'm happy with the deal. I'm not happy with the way our team is set up going into the season, but I'm happy with the deal that we made. So let's take a look at that deal. So let's go back. Was it in December? So we traded Yoendrys Gomez, Jonathan Cannon, and Oliver Santos to the Minnesota Twins, and we picked up Royce Lewis. So Royce Lewis is going to slide in as our starting second baseman, 26 years old. Not a great hitter, but has some good speed. He's very good defensively, high leader, high work ethic, and he's young, still only 26 years old. So he will be our starting second baseman going forward. We gave up Gomez. I don't know. I mean, he's listed as a reliever now in Minnesota, stuff at 65. As a starter, he's 55, 45, 45, an extreme fly ball pitcher. He's okay, but considering we got him as a Rule 5 guy, I will take that deal. We gave up Cannon, whose I think time had passed. We'll see how he does. Maybe a change of scenery for him will do him good, but just never able to crack the rotation in Washington. And then Santos is just a 2-star 22-year-old, so we pick up Royce Lewis. You saw that deal, and I think that was it. I think that was the only deal we made. Yeah, that was it. So we picked up Royce Lewis. I don't know that he's going to bat leadoff, but that's where the game put him. Our rotation has taken some step backwards here over the last couple of months. Molly has dropped from 60 or 55, 55, 50 to 55, 50, 40. Cease is down to 3 stars. He's now a 60, 50, 45 versus 65. Scherzer is down to 2 stars. DeSclafani, his ratings have dropped. So our rotation is not looking good. And Luzardo had suffered a setback, so he's out for most of the year. So we still have no pitching. I don't know what we're going to do. There are a couple of decent pitchers that are upcoming free agents, but that's still a ways away. We got Freddie Peralta, who looks okay. I mean, he's not an ace, but he looks okay. Jack Flaherty looks all right. So we have to hope that some of these young pitchers start to develop here sooner rather than later. Longoria is down to 4 stars. He's got you know what? Let's call him up. Let's put him in the Florida State League. Let's disable that promotion and see if we can get him going here. Jax Bishop, and he's back from injury. So we're gonna need Nebe. You know, I don't want to say he's our savior, but I mean, if he ends up at 65, 50, 45, I mean, he's the best pitcher we have. So yeah, the pitching staff is not great. Mullenix dropped a little bit. It's concerning. Murdoch is down to. That hurts. Okay. Hopefully these guys develop during the year, but some of that is a little concerning. All right. Well, I think our rotation is set. Molly, Cavalli, Cease, DeSclafani, Scherzer. I don't have my bullpen set. We will have Crochet as our closer. Abreu and Cronin as our setup men, I guess. So we can have a lefty and a righty. Excuse me. Again. So yeah, our pitching staff's not great. I don't know that. I don't know. I just don't know. We'll figure it out though. Defensively, I think we're going to be a whole lot better, which helps. So Soto's our number 3 hitter. Cruz is our 4. Jerstad is our 5. Left DH. K-Bear Ruiz is our number 2. All right, so who is our leadoff hitter? I mean, is it really Royce Lewis with a 55 and 50? I mean, I think so. I didn't think that was going to be the case, but that's fine. All right, so we need center field, shortstop, third base, and first base. Mayo will bat 6th and play first. Rosario will bat 7th and play third. Pache will bat 8th. And Tovar will bat 9th. Poisson every third game. That's kind of what I was hoping for there. Pacheco and Pacheco. Yeah, Poisson as well. Against righties, I think I'd rather have Pacheco getting some playing time. Like that. No, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do that. And then Poisson at second as well. Like that. So Pacheco and Poisson will both play a couple times a week. And then against lefties, I don't think there are really any changes we want to make other than Pacheco's not going to play as much. Poisson. 3 times a week against lefties. Yeah, I like our lineup. I think it's got a good mixture of offensive ability and defensive ability, but our pitching staff is just brutal. So we'll see if there's anybody on waivers that can help us. And then we'll do the opening day thing and call it an episode. I feel like we're getting there, but I think what I might do is lean on the bullpen. So I'm going to reset my strategy here a little bit. Because offensively, we're going to be fine. I mean, we are a good offensive team. We just need to sort out that pitching staff. All right. So, wants us to play 500 ball. We have the number 9 prospect in Pascual Longoria. Let's look at the waiver wire. A lot of offense. Any starters? Hans Kraus. I mean, he's probably better than what we're throwing out there in some cases. Is he the only one? Appears to be. So I'm going to claim Kraus. And I want to claim anybody else. Hans Kraus. Will Crow has got 60 stamina. I mean, technically he could be a starter. He started last year and wasn't very good. Devin Smeltzer. No. I don't think there's a bat that I need, but we'll take a look. 2.5-star guys. Crow, Foster. Yeah, I'm good with that. All right. And then I wanted to come into strategies, and let's set this for sabermetric. And we're going to run a bit more, I think. In pitching, we are going to have a quick hook and a slow hook on our relievers. I think our relievers are pretty good. Let's try this. Let's try a quick hook on our starters and a slower hook on our relievers, and see if we can lean on our relievers a little bit. So we're playing Pittsburgh today. So they got Lonnie White, Nick Gonzalez, O'Neill Cruz, who had 46 home runs a year ago, Franmil Reyes, Andy Rodriguez, Mikael Escoto, Colton Cowser, Brian Hayes, Jake Myers, and Arovis Alcantara. It was 5-7 with a 5.45 a year ago. For us, it's Lewis, Ruiz, Soto, Cruz, Jerstad, Mayo, Rosario, Pache, Tovar, with Tyler Mahle, 12-14, 3.83. So let's see if we can win opening day. And I am recording, right? I am recording, yes. All right, so we are in Nationals Park. Opening day, Mahle against White. Leadoff single. Strikeout. Cruz pops it up to right field. 2 away. And so 2 strikeouts in the first for Mahle. Bottom 1, Royce Lewis leads it off. His Nats debut is a 6-3 putout. Keber Ruiz smacks that to right center field, but it's caught out there. And Juan Soto flies out to left. He's gotten off to some really bad starts, like hitting under 200 through April multiple times this year. Andy Rodriguez 1 away. Escoto strikes out. And Cowser strikes out. So 4 strikeouts from Mahle in 2 innings. Cruz leads off with a base hit, an infield single. Our first hit of the year is an infield single by our cleanup hitter. Jerstad bloops it into left for a hit, so the first 2 men reach here in the second. Kobe Mayo grounds it back to the pitcher. A 1-6 fielder's choice. Runners at the corners, 1 out for Rosario. There's a base hit to center, and the Nats take a 1-0 lead. Kobe Mayo goes over to third. Throw down to second. Stolen base on the bat. Ball goes into center field. So we get a stolen base, and Mayo scores from second on the E2. Pache grounds it to short, and it's enough to get the run home. So it's an RBI single for Pache. Tovar grounds to third, and we pick up 3 in the bottom of the second. Brian Hayes, leadoff extra base hit for Hayes. Leadoff double. Wild pitch, runner to third. How much of that are we going to give back this inning, guys? All of it. There's a walk to the number 9 hitter. Ground ball to second, or to third rather, and that's a 5-4-3 double play, so they get 1 run back. Gonzalez walks. Cruz pops it up on the outfield. Catch is made, and that ends the inning. So we're up 3-1. Royce Lewis grounds out to third. Keber fly out to shallow center field, and Juan Soto draws a walk. Well, what happened? Was that a strikeout? That was a walk. Fly out to the warning track, and Mahle has to come out of the game. Of course he does. It's like our one good pitcher, and he's now gone for the game. So Veras is in the game and strikes out a batter, then gives up a single and a double. That should score a run. And we are down 3-2, and now Veras has to come out of the game. Just like Gray. So we're still winning, but we're down 2 of our best pitchers now. Dylan Cruz leads it off. He's hit by a pitch. Jerstad gets those 2 runs back with a 2-run home run to right. So we're up 5-2. Bubba Chandler. It's Mayo to fly out to right. Guy Rosario grounds out to second. Pache. Pop out to center. So we get the 2 runs back. Pop out to second. Ball 4. Throw over to first, and he's picked off. Let's go. Gray with a pop-up, or induces a pop-up, I guess, to the first baseman. And Nick Gonzalez strikes out. So we're through 4.5. We're up 3. Tovar leads off with a strikeout. Royce Lewis. Ground out to second. And Ruiz. Fly ball to left. Line out to third. Franmil Reyes. Grounds it into the shift. 2 away. And Andy Rodriguez draws a 2-out walk. Matt Cronin now gets a Escoto to pop up to the third baseman. It's going to be a bullpen game. Soto's 0 for 2. Fly ball to left. That one bounces in front of the left fielder, so it's going to be a double for Juan Soto, a leadoff double. Cruz with a fly ball to right. That's a 2-run homer for Dylan Cruz, and we're up 7-2 now. A couple of 2-run home runs. This man hit a 2-run homer his last time up. Strikes out this time. Kobe Mayo, he strikes out. And Rosario with a gapper to right center field. Should be a double. Carson Montgomery against Pache. That's ball 4 against Tovar now. Base hit to left. Rosario hits third. He will score, and it's 8-2. Back up to the top of the order. Wild pitch. Both runners in scoring position now for Royce Lewis. He draws a walk. Bases loaded for Ruiz. Pop out to third base with the bases loaded. So we go to the 7th, up 6. Colton Cowser with a leadoff double to right center field. Leadoff triple. No, leadoff double. 2-2 pitch to Hayes. There's a strikeout. Jake Myers fly ball to left. And Christian Pache makes the catch out there. That's why we got him. Lonnie White grounds it to third, and we get out of the inning. 7th inning stretch with a 6-run lead. Soto 1 for 3 with a double. Get 1 for 4 as he flies out to left. Dylan Cruz homered his last time. It's a base hit this time. Jerstad. Fly ball to right center field. It's going to stay in the park. Catch made in front of the warning track. Mayo. Flies out to center. We go to the 8th. It's still a 6-run game. Ground ball to second. 1 away. Lefty on lefty. There's a strikeout. And there's a strikeout. So Cronin pitching well. That's 3 innings of shutout ball for him. Rosario with a base hit to right center field. Josh Winder against Pache. Christian grounds it to third. Runner moves to second. Tovar, line drive to right. That one gets down. Rosario hits third and will stay there. So runners at the corners for Royce Lewis. It's a high fly ball to right center field. Rosario will go tag up. Throw to the plate, and he's going to be safe. On 7-run lead. Ruiz. Bloop to center. So runners at the corners here in the 8th. And Soto steps up. And Soto bangs one into left center field. That'll get his first RBI of the game. Ruiz will hit third. And he stops there, and we're up 10-2. Dylan Cruz with a high fly ball. I think that's going to stay in the park. It is. We go to the 9th, up by 8. Cronin's still out there, I think. Escoto strikes out. And Colton Cowser draws a walk. He walks. Aldo Ramirez comes in. He walks. Lonnie White strikes out. All right, so we win 10-2. That was a good opening day. Dylan Cruz 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. Jerstad 2 for 4, 2 RBIs. Rosario 3 for 4. Soto went 2 for 5. The concern is Tyler Mahle. Okay, it's just a forearm strain. Veras' diagnosis pending. That's concerning, but Mahle shouldn't miss any time. He might miss one start. But Cronin pitched well. Gray gets the win, and we win on opening day. So that is going to do it for this episode, guys. When we come back, as always, it will be May. We'll do May, June, July, and hopefully have a winning Nationals organization. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate your support. Talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.